Greetings. Usually when I come up with a video idea, I did almost just fall over, but I typically come up with an idea. I think about something that strikes some interest in me, and then I talk about it. Essentially, that's literally all I do. And I do it because I like to keep my videos, kind of non-scripted. I like that natural approach to it, that I really feel like I'm just talking about it. There are some downsides to it, but I digress. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. This week I couldn't think of anything. But then I did. I remembered that I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now. Digital games versus physical games. And yes, I think I have talked about this before, but some recent news came out and I've been thinking about it again because it really is such a big deal. Like, it is a huge deal. But before we get started with that, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. So guys, obviously we have things like physical media, something that's tangible, something you can hold in your hands. It is honestly the best way to go. But then there is also digital media and everything that it comes with. Honestly, when it comes to both sides of the pendulum, there are benefits and there are liabilities when it comes to it. I feel like when it comes to physical games, there are more benefits than there are liabilities, but digital games have come a long way, honestly. Like, it really has. Now, obviously, as you guys can see, I am a huge video game collector, or no, we wouldn't say huge. I'm a kind of sort of a video game collector. I like collecting games. I like being able to make deals with people and meet people in public and buy games from them and all that kind of stuff. I love being able to do that. There's something that is just exciting and genuinely fun about meeting people and getting a good deal on a game is so awesome. Like this right here, I just bought this for like $40, which is like a really good deal. Yeah, it is a little close to like price charting and all that good stuff, but it's in really good condition. The only thing that's wrong with it is, this kind of thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the label's a little jacked up, which is, it is heartbreaking, but for the most part, the game is in awesome condition. And, it's great. It is super exciting to be able to meet new people and talk to them. And, another thing that I wasn't expecting is, I share my videos on Facebook all the time, and people that I have bought games from and sold games to have basically seen my channel and like talked to me about it and been like, hey, I really like your channel, I want to support it. That's just really awesome. That is just really awesome to be able to see that. And then there is digital. The digital side of games is honestly, the convenience factor is the biggest thing. I mean, literally just being able to just click on the game and then just play it and not have to switch through a disc or a chip or a cartridge. It just takes all of the hassle out of it, and also the convenience of having your whole library for the most part always with you is a huge deal. So honestly, both ways are really, really cool. They are really awesome, but I have some issues when it comes to digital. For one, these digital storefronts are basically ran by big corporations that are looking to serve their own interests. So when it comes to your video games, there's not really that many companies that are out there looking out for you and making it so that you can play these games, honestly, potentially forever. Like, that's just not happening. Nintendo and PlayStation have proved this time and time again. Every time they come out with a new console, the last year or the last model's console basically goes out of commission, and this is clear, and it has been happening. I don't think it's happened to the PS4 or the Xbox One or whatever, but it's definitely happened to the Wii U, the 3DS, the PS3, PSP, and even the PS Vita. All of these consoles have a digital storefront, and they allow you to buy games and purchase games and download games and all that good stuff. But how long are you going to be able to do that? How long are these servers going to be up to where you can still go on there and then just download them? Like, let's say it is 2050. Let's say you buy a PS Vita because you want to go back. You still have your PlayStation account, and you want to go back and buy some games, and you want to download some games that you haven't played in a while. Are you going to be able to still have access to the games that you purchased? I don't know. Like, we just don't have the answers. And based off of what we've been seeing, it is not looking like that's going to be the case. Sony pretty much just said that if you bought movies through their little service, like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's just like the Sony, I'm blanking on the name right now, but if you bought movies and TV shows through that service, like through the PlayStation Store or whatever, like, they're just gone. You're not going to have them anymore. And remember, I said purchased. I did not say rented. I didn't say paid full price so that you can just borrow it for 20 or 10 or 15 years. I said purchased. Now, I don't know how you guys translate that word, but last time I checked, when you buy something, it is yours until it is either consumed, or you just don't want it anymore and you throw it away, or you sell it, or you give it away. These are issues. Like, they are big, massive, gigantic issues because of how the internet is going, how things are happening, how things are moving nowadays. Everybody is buying digital games. I buy digital games. I'm not gonna lie. I am a physical game collector. Like, I still buy physical games, but I'm a big, like, I like being able to do both, honestly. Like, typically when it comes to digital games, I buy games that I want to just always have access to and always be able to play. So I'm buying most of, like, the mainline Mario games. I bought Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart. I bought all of these games digital. Street Fighter, Tekken, like all the fighting games, the games you want to be able to just play whenever you want. Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, I actually had them on sale on the PS5 and it was $15 for both of them, so I had to. And yes, I do own them physical, but I mean, come on, $15 for the convenience of just being able to play it whenever you want. Yes. Yeah, these are some gigantic issues when it comes to digital games. They are glaring and they are terrible. But just because, I'm picking on digital games, it doesn't mean that physical games are off the hook too. This generation has been the worst. It is just blatantly obvious how bad it is when it comes to the digital aspect to physical games. So remember, let me take you back to the mid-2000s when games started getting patches and upgrades. PSP, right here. This section of the library, they were the first portable console that started getting updates. And you know how they did it? They did it in an extremely clever way. What they did is they would include the update in the disc itself. They would just put it in there, which was awesome. But then, they would get more updates and more patches and stuff like that, but they were little tiny things. So it wasn't really that big of a deal. It was like a patch. It wasn't anything like game breaking. Nowadays, that is not the case. Nowadays, the day one patch oftentimes ends up being the thing that really unlocks the game. You're downloading the majority of the game when it comes to that, which is insane. Yes, they're getting to the point. This is how lazy video game companies are getting. They're getting to the point where all they're doing is shipping out the game in whatever ready format it is, as ready as it can be. And I'm talking about physical games. They just ship them out, and then they keep working on them over and over again until they get it ready, until they get that day one patch out. So by the time you buy the game and it's been through the freight service, it got shipped, it got delivered, all that stuff happened, and then it got delivered to the stores, and then you went to the store and bought it, and then you took the game home and popped it into your PS5 or Xbox or whatever. From that time, the shipment to doing all of this, they were working on the game the whole time and essentially just completing it, finalizing it, finishing it off. and then you basically have to download this day one patch. I'm kind of like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I do not know if that is a good idea. I'm not even gonna lie anymore. That's a horrible idea. These games should be finished. They should be 100% playable. They should not have any major glitches or anything game breaking at the time of it being shipped to you getting it home. Because what if you're somebody that doesn't have internet? And I know that's like unreal to see, but there are people out there in rural areas. Like, I live in Alaska, and there's a lot of villages that don't really have internet connectivity like that. So does that mean that they just can't play the next gen consoles? That just means that they just cannot play it at all. Like, they have to fly into Anchorage and then, you know, hope that they can go somewhere that has a good internet connection, download all the stuff, and then go home so they can play it. This thing is just astronomically dumb. Like, it just does not make sense. But that's the state that we're in. So honestly, there's, you know, a lot of good things on both sides. There's a lot of bad things on both sides too. And at the end of the day, the issue is customer or consumer, aka us, versus the corporation or the seller. This is the big issue. The big issue is that we're getting shafted. We're getting less than what we're paying for, because these companies are making ridiculous amounts of money selling these games for $70, and then DLC and then all of that, season passes. They're making record-breaking numbers of money, and we're expected to just eat it. We're expected to just take it lying down and not fight and do anything. At the end of the day, that's really what's happening, and that's what we need to be fighting as a community, as a video game community. We should be out there, not rioting, but, you know, we should be out there fighting and saying we have rights. You know, we demand a certain level of quality, or we just don't buy these games. Now, you know, at the same time, I'm also realistic, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But if it does, this will absolutely change the video game industry as a whole. It honestly will. Right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I also want to hear your thoughts on, you know, whether you're more of a physical video gamer or you're more of a digital guy, or maybe you're just like me, you're both. You know, we sit right in the middle. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Now we will see you on the next video. Peace. Yeah, guys, see, I got Mega Man Legends. Oops, but I got Mega Man Legends, and I got Mega Man 64. Look at them, they're matching.